Well, that's dinner on, and I think that is going to take, about 5 minutes. I'm looking forward to that pork chop. Now, what else did I have to get ready? Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Tomorrow's the 24th. Oh, no, I haven't even sent out any of the invites for the world tour. What am I going to do? And sent. Well, that's all the emails gone. Now I just hope somebody turns up. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft The Journey with me, bugmancx, and this isn't just any episode of Minecraft The Journey, this is episode 100. That is a fantastic and amazing milestone, and I'm really pleased that we've come this far in the series. I want to say a special thank you to you, the viewer, who's watching this episode, and if you've been watching since the beginning, or if you were a new viewer and you've gone back and watched every episode up until this point, thank you so much for the support in this series. It has been phenomenal. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a world tour, and I've invited some patrons and friends to tour my world with me, and I'm going to show them around, and we'll get to see all of the things that we've discovered and built along the way. I also want to add that there will be a world download available for this world, so you can run it for yourself. The recommended version to run it in is something like beta 1.7 or above, and it will work in all of the modern versions too, but for the most authentic experience, beta 1.7 is probably the version that you want. Links to the world download are available through my Discord server, so if you haven't joined up in that, then please do check the links in the description below where you can join up there and say hello to me and hang out with people and have a good time. Anyway, now that all of that is out of the way, let's get into the main episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft The Journey. This is episode 100. I really can't believe I'm at episode 100. That's a lot of episodes, and this series has been running for more than 2 years now, which is pretty phenomenal. And I'm here with a group of friends and patrons. Well, they're all friends, really. And I wanted to spend today doing a bit of a world tour and going around the world and looking at the things that I've built, the things that I've discovered through the journey, and all of the different quirks and other bits and pieces like that we've discovered along the way. So in front of me here, I'm going to go from my left and right and just let this fine group of people say hello and introduce themselves, starting with the super amazing Steel Cat. Hello.
Hello. I am Steel Cat, and it's good to be here. I do some old school Minecraft stuff myself on YouTube and the Discord and all that, and fun times all around.
Hello, I'm Method. Even though my name might say otherwise. The name was already taken. I'm most well known for my own series that I very recently started, Craftology, and I've been following Bugman for a while, so I'm really happy to be a part of this.
Kaiser, hi.
Hey, I just don't really do anything other than running Minecraft servers, but I'm glad to be here.
One of my patrons, thank you very much, and glad to have you. Hey, Morstick. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Betacraft himself. The one who gave me this fancy cape.
Correct. In fact, Betacraft, as I always post in my episode description, I post a link to it. It has helped me so much in just doing this series because it's made it so easy for me to move between versions and just manage my world and everything. Thank you for all the hard work that you do in building that launcher.
Hey, Mark Otto Fox. I'm probably going to try and actually start uploading again on my channel. Of course, if you've seen my cape, it's the 3 virtues from Bionicle. Thanks to Morstick, I actually was able to get that custom cape in beta versions only. And yeah, I'm an expert on most of the block transmutation bugs, and I'm a fairly technical player, but it's really hard and awkward for me to do single-player runs of the game since I've been doing them for so long, and I've just burnt out. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it's Game Bear's turn now.
Game Bear, hi. Another one of my amazing patrons. Do you want to say hello in the chat? Because Game Bear has no working mic today. Yes, you do pixel art, which is absolutely fantastic.
Hi, my name's Duration. I run a small YouTube channel where I play Alpha and Beta. I tend to focus on Alpha, but I also play on Decennium SMP with Steelcat over there. And we're playing Beta 1.7 on that server, so that's fun.
I know that server's versioning has been pretty close to mine. In fact, you're starting to get
Yeah.
ahead of me now.
Yeah, we're almost passing you over now.
Yes. Welcome. Oops.
Ah!
The handshake of violence.
Oh
Yes.
dear. Here, have a pork chop. Roma, hello.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Romart. I used to upload Minecraft videos like half a year ago, but like that series kind of died. I'm sure more Minecraft will come in the future, but like I mostly I moderate Bugman's Discord server, so that's what I do mostly.
Thank you for that. It's hard
Also-
work sometimes, I know.
Yeah, sometimes it is, you know. Also, my skin looks a little weird because it has partial transparency, which doesn't exist yet. So, like, my regular skin is like broken.
So we're seeing solid Roma.
It looks kind of like the Ubuntu command line. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. You know what
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
I-
I get it.
So, here we are at spawn of my world. Welcome, everybody. So, as you all probably know, my series is all about exploring Minecraft from the very beginning and upgrading a survival world all the way through to as far as we can get in the future, which right now is 1.18 snapshots, really. So, quite a long way we have to go before we get there. And this space here is the first sustainable world that I was able to have, where I could save my world and then perpetually upgrade it from that point. And so that was InfDev 2010-04-15. So this area here, this is InfDev terrain, and the terrain in InfDev went through a lot of changes, and this particular terrain happens to be this type, where there's a lot of water and a lot of cliffs and everything. And of course, it looks very different now to what it did when I first arrived in this world, because we're now on Minecraft Beta 1.7, and back then we had totally different, well, we didn't even have any biomes, we just had one biome. We had bright green grass and one leaf type.
Yeah, you get the weird leaf textures.
Yes, exactly. Although,
Yeah, that's because leaf decay used to be a data value thing. And now it's
Notably, this tree happens to be a crafting table tree. It's in its harvest
not. No, I
season.
placed that
Yeah.
there earlier.
The beauty
it's
of
probably
nature.
a good spot for one. I might as well keep it there. Underneath us here, one of the interesting facts is that there are no caves in this terrain because caves did not yet exist. And I think that that was one of the reasons that the mob spawning was just so bad back in the beginning, because there was nowhere for them to spawn except up here.
No, Romar.
Oh,
Romar, no!
Amazing.
Romar! No!
Yeah, why is there a spruce sapling over here? Just
oh, that is because of the leaf decay that we were talking about before.
Ah.
Because the saplings all contain decay values, and then the decay values have been reused to distinguish the sapling types.
I see.
You can see at the end here we have a couple of lit furnaces, and I didn't know about these. I'm sure everyone else in the world did, but I didn't know about them. And the reason these exist, at least to my understanding, is because when you put items in a furnace, the block changes from furnace to lit furnace, and effectively what the game is doing is it actually swaps
Yeah, they had
the
different block values.
No, not block values. They're different blocks.
Well, yeah,
so the block will
yeah.
change from a furnace to a lit furnace, and then some bug prevented it from reverting back to an unlit furnace and left it in
Well,
its lit
didn't you have
state.
to mine it while it was lit, and then it would just stay lit forever in your inventory?
I was able to mine it and pick it up as a lit furnace. In fact, if I break this now, this is a temporary world, so I can do this. If I break it, I think it should stay as a lit furnace. Nope.
I don't think it should. That was removed in alpha.
I'm assuming that the state changes when a item is finished smelting, but there's no other check for it, probably.
I think it's been filled.
I build
no,
my
it's
tunnels
good,
so
it's
that
good.
I don't hit my head.
I was just waiting for that, so everyone would go single file down the staircase right into a lava pool. That would be hilarious.
That'd be funny.
If you peer over the edge there, you can see
Whee!
straight down into the void.
Whoa!
Oh, Jai! You have so much to live for.
But I love this because as you walk around, you can really
wow.
appreciate the early InfDev terrain in this area, which, it's just a shame that
Beautiful.
you can't get this
It's
anymore.
surreal.
This is really, it's one of a kind.
Oh.
Yes, here we are. Beta 1.6 test build 3. So feel free to take some souvenirs if you want. But if you've seen the episode or know about these are the debug chests that were added in that test build of Beta 1.6, which contains almost every block in the game and every item in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have what I want.
Oh, yes. Torches and pumpkins. I'm good to go.
It is a necessary thing that I confiscate all the clay.
Oh.
And this is why I did this in a temporary world. None of you can be trusted. So here we are. This is another chunk wall. But I find this chunk wall to be a really good example because it's just so big.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Herobrine
Oh,
Valley.
you see something?
Like 1,000
We've made
block
it.
wall.
Herobrine Valley. I
Herobrine
remember
Valley.
this.
Oh.
Now I actually get to see it with my own eyes.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. I gotta turn my fog down. Oh, here we go.
Activate fog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're getting the vibes.
Ooh.
So the Alpha House, I call it the Alpha House, although I actually moved out here during InfDev, and the reason I came out here back then was because of dungeons and spawners, which had just been added to the game. So I needed to generate new chunks in order to find them. So I came out here to do that, and that's where I discovered my first skeleton. Don't you dare set
I'm gonna
my
commit
house on
arson.
fire.
This landmass kind of looks like a big
You can't
curved
spell
arrow
arson without arson.
pointing to
That's
the
not
house.
So I lived here for quite a while, and this really became home for quite a long time. So I'm very fond of this little place, and it has grown organically as the series progressed. Originally, obviously,
This
it
is
wasn't
giving
as
me
big as this, but
Nostalgia.
let's explore it a little bit, shall we? So this area went through 2 phases because it used to be bright green grass before the biomes were added in Alpha 1.2.
This place is so nostalgic from because the series was on this place for a long time.
Yeah.
The original house. Oh, you found my bathroom, have you, with the fancy flooring?
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
One at a time, guys.
I first started by digging out the underground, and then I built a small house on top here, and then I extended it into the rest of the house out here. So I lived out here, and this eventually became my storage area. This was such a big chore to dig out because I was doing this with stone tools because iron was expensive.
Yeah, you definitely scored with getting the skeleton and the spider one because the zombie one is kind of useless.
There
in my
is a
opinion.
zombie one just out here,
Yeah.
and in fact,
Well, it's good for feathers, but
Yeah.
yeah, but
after
with a
that,
skeleton spawner
useless.
generating arrows, you don't really need them. So my original plan was to develop this area into a base, but I ended up feeling like I didn't like it. I mean, it's okay, but it just didn't feel fun to live down here. So that's why I ended up developing the house upstairs and only really coming down here as more of a utility area. You know? Obviously, we have water streams here, which is how you collect the items like the string, because there's no hoppers or anything at this stage. So it's all very manual in that respect. And I died many times to these spiders.
Let's put that
Yeah, I
there.
really like the skylighting.
You
Makes it.
mean
so
just
much
the
brighter.
little hints of it? Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, that definitely doesn't.
It needs it. I mean, even here, where the skylight drops down to the atrium downstairs, just a couple of extra windows. Just even though the light doesn't really come in very much, it makes it feel more lit.
What's going on here? Why are there spoons?
So,
Anyone want a diamond spoon?
I didn't think that glitch worked anymore.
It still does.
That's a
worked
lot
with
of
zero
spoons.
items, I believe.
That's a lot of
Zero
spoons.
items, yeah.
I'm just gonna stay away from that because my whole inventory is gonna
Mhm,
fill up.
mhm.
with
Yeah,
spoons.
yeah.
Yes.
It's too late for me for that.
This is a wheat farm that I designed for this area, and
Yes.
it's probably it's pretty simple, but I had to go through the motions of figuring it out old school Minecraft style, you know, because the mechanics were different back then, and so I had to figure out where all the water flows should be and how I wanted to harvest the crops. So this is actually quite interesting. This little scarecrow
It
up here.
kind of looks like Japan.
The-
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit. The scarecrow here is backwards, and the reason the scarecrow is backwards is because as the pumpkins were added in beta 1.2, I originally added the scarecrow to the game here, the pumpkin head to the game here, and then somewhere later in beta 1. Something, a bug was fixed with the orientation of certain blocks in the inventory, which caused a lot of textures to become flipped, including the pumpkin and a whole bunch of other textures. And so the textures on the blocks flipped as well. So all of the pumpkins in the world turned around backwards.
Yeah, because you could put a pumpkin on your head and then look at the camera from
Yep.
behind you, and it would look like you're
That
looking
is
at
exactly
the
the
camera.
bug that we're talking about. And that got fixed. But
Yeah.
it got fixed by all the textures being reversed. Steelcat, I see you have found my magic array of chests here by the triple chest glitch. Somehow I've managed to create an array of glitched chests.
It'd be like a hex tuple or something.
Well, it is weird because you can actually access the inventory of these very left chests from further along the line. So it's not like what you would expect where, say, this chest here has the inventory of this chest, and this chest. The chest I'm standing on is actually capable of seeing the inventory from way down here as well, which is just really strange.
Oh,
Yep.
that is
Yeah.
really weird.
Through this way, I developed this area into the skyboat track, which I haven't tried for a long time. Don't even know how well it works anymore.
Never seen
don't
it from
have
this
any wood.
perspective before. Looks pretty epic.
There's probably wood up there. We can head up there.
It's a boat.
And try to use boats in multiplayer. Give it a run.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh,
um,
All right, guys.
So Oh,
I
That was
fixed
anticlimactic.
everything. Where are you?
wow. Again, this was me just learning how to build better, and I think I like this area. I think it did a pretty decent job. I don't actually use it for any mining, but but it
Yeah, it
exists.
looks nice.
yeah, it looks amazing.
So the idea here was that, you know, people would work the mines, get the raw ore, as you can see down here in the middle where there's the iron ore, and then process it up here, which is where you find it in its cube form, and then send it on its merry way. I don't know where they send it exactly, but that's where they put it. This little area here used to have a lot more shrubs. Thank you, Leaf Decay, for getting rid of them for me. And there's a little secret behind the waterfall. Look at them all.
Oh yeah,
They're all going to get the secret treasure.
go.
What's the treasure?
I think I remember this.
Who's going to get there first?
We'll find out.
I got it first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are there shrooms?
There's no secret here anymore.
That's a lot of
Someone
fungus.
stole it.
Yep.
Stolen.
Aw.
The pirate's treasure has been stolen. So through this way is the art gallery, with features such as the impossible tree. Now, the last time I was out here, this was still covered in torches, and I don't know why it isn't anymore. Something has changed, and of course, this area does not look finished without my hedges.
I think beta 1.8 is when you can finally place leaves and they'll
Yeah.
actually stay.
I built this to show off all of the different artworks, and hopefully they're all still here because from time to time some of them disappear. And obviously more artwork gets continuously added to the game over time, so there's enough space. But of course, you know...
Oh yes, bathroom is totally.
Guys, we're in a museum.
Sorry. Of course, you can see the complete glass roof that I installed because, again, builds in Minecraft are just far too dark. What I do find interesting is that, like with the impossible tree, I was hoping that this world would end up with more unique things that would stand the test of time, but it's been very difficult to be able to do that. You know, the impossible tree was kind of like a beacon, like a metaphor for that, because it had the torches on it, and I had a bit of trouble with it from version to version, but it was always there and always standing, and now I'm sad to see that it's gone.
Hopefully there will be a way that you can repair it again.
I mean, it might be possible. Steelcat, do you have your torch?
I do have torch, but I cannot.
If you go to
options,
fast graphics, does it work?
videos,
Yeah, I already tried it. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
on fast
Maybe there'll be
graphics.
another way in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
So this farm, the principle behind this farm was I wanted to build a farm with the introduction of the fishing rod, because if you pull out a fishing rod from one of these chests, you can use the fishing rod to reel mobs towards you. And so the idea is that as they would spawn on the platform here, you could reel them into the system, and they would drop into the water and fall down the hole in the center here and be further processed. But it turns out that this thing is just more efficient if you let the mobs walk around and let them fall into the system themselves. Because...
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Because there's no
Oh, he's
way...
coming in.
Dog's really committed.
Yep. There's no way to gather up the drops autonomously. You have to actually be in the system down the bottom in order to collect them. As I built this collection area, it went through many different iterations before I finally sort of settled on this one. The lava blades are there to help break down some of the more troublesome mobs like spiders and whatnot. But this still lets one by one mobs like the chickens and the pigs can still get through. And as you can see down here, I've added a cactus. I've added all sorts of ways of trying to prevent the chickens from coming out. And then I discovered the fence block here. And the fence block, as far as I've seen, stops the chickens from being able to get out because they're slightly bigger than that gap. But it's still enough for me to be able to get up here and collect the items that I need to.
Yeah, that's neat.
Game Bear, did you get one? Oh, good. Let's see how the server handles everybody going through.
Oh dear.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Everybody together. No, I got pushed out.
Welcome to my treacherous nether. As you've seen in my episodes, the early nether was pretty bad. It was full of ghasts, and it was almost impossible to survive out there, at least in the open. And I built this nether hub out of snow because I wanted to have a nice, cool, refreshing hub system, whereas out there is hot, lava-y disgustingness. And this is the main hub for the mining area, the alpha house, and all of that. So some of the more interesting features of the Nether Hub here include this little area here, which Mostek has found. And if you look way above you,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
that is the bedrock ceiling. Yeah, let's head up. Let's all go.
Oh, no. That's weird.
Dude, we're all like Dark Link right now.
Hang on,
Whoa.
oh, really? Because there's no lighting?
Okay.
Yeah, there's no
as
lighting,
soon as
so
you,
we're all
as
Dark
soon as you
Link.
cross over, there's
Oh,
Bugman.
this is freaky.
Now he's black. Everyone's skins are black.
This is so weird.
Can the place
So
torch?
my
No.
biggest concern about going up here into the nether ceiling before the addition of coordinates was just going off in some direction and then getting lost.
Oh no, that would be terrible.
You cannot place any items at this height,
Yeah, so
unlike more modern nethers.
you wouldn't even be able to die.
No. In fact, I couldn't die because there's no hunger. When I breached the ceiling, I hadn't yet broken the bedrock to its fullest, so there was no
Oh.
way for me to get back down. And of course, the method that I
Oops.
used was by growing crops into the piece of bedrock above it,
Yeah.
which would cause the block to be deleted.
Mm.
And so there's really nothing that I can do with this area, but it's here and it's cool.
Ooh, it's even freakier in
Yeah.
F1. Yeah, because you can't see
Oh.
people's names. These could be anybody. Yeah, everybody's just a silhouette.
Yeah.
You could try to like play like
crazy,
some sort of
man.
game where you have to kill the right
For
person,
Kaiser, for
but you
some
don't know their
reason.
skin.
That's because I'm crouching on a ladder.
Cool.
Ah.
Outside
Yeah.
is the treacherous... Oh, stupid double doors. Why, Notch? Why? Steel Cat?
Fix your game, Notch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Line, Bart.
This is like the worst trap ever.
Double iron doors are
Stuckman
really
CX.
on server. Stuckman CX.
More stuck.
And then as we head this way, we start to transition out of the snowy and into the future. And we head to Portal Island.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
We might need to turn our sounds down? Question mark.
Oh, we all gotta get in here. I've been pushed out in both directions now.
I just wait for everyone else to go.
I'm just gonna wait in line. Yeah,
Form
good
an
idea,
orderly
Jack.
queue.
Oh my god.
Whoa. Even at 20%, the sound is pretty intense.
Oh no.
You're crazy.
So this was using the F4 feature, which would spawn a portal every time you press F4. And I ran around the island
Wow.
spamming F4 as much as I could, including you can see some portals that stack on top of each other, which is quite interesting.
It's like a maze.
It really
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
So,
Like
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
get
found the
lost.
escape.
survival on Portal Island.
Now you gotta find the
Alright.
portal that takes you back.
Yeah, which one?
Well, all of them should take you
All of
somewhere,
them do.
right?
They do all take you back. I think it would be fascinating if I did make them go to different things, but that was just not possible. So let's lead on to the future.
What?
Through here is the mini hub. Now, if you're familiar with the beta area lake, it's a quadrant. There are 4 sides to the lake, so there are 4 portals in here. And actually, this has turned out to be quite useful. Instead of having to run around the lake all the time, I just hop into the nether and hop back out.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Ah, thank you for that. Because, of course, we cannot bring grass into the nether at the moment.
The grass. Oh,
And now I
pigs.
have actual water. I really
And
should have
pigs in
saved
the nether.
the beta 1.6 chests till last. Okay, so we're going to head over to the park side, which is over here. Now, this says west, but it's not west at all. It's actually south, as we discovered
Oh,
when the maps were introduced. Or west. No, I don't know. I've
West?
lost track.
Wait, where are we?
Yeah, south. This is south.
we are no longer.
Oh,
Where we
Because of
Oh.
course the sun rises in the north
Yes.
right now.
Yes, exactly. So through here is the house that I live in, and I've said a few times that I am in between whether I like this house or I don't like this house. A lot of people have given me good compliments on the build, but at the same time, I still struggle with the shape and the finish in a way. I had this idea in my mind of this house being a mishmash of different kind of structures, maybe what you'd find on the side of a mountain or something like that. And it sort of turned
Yeah.
out that way, but it also sort of didn't. So, I don't know. It's my house.
Yeah, how I typically use logs and builds. They're typically one layer away from the main wall piece so that they pop out. I don't know, just a suggestion.
Can we
I,
read
I
the
like
world?
it.
I think
Okay.
mixing both log styles where they're cohesive with the wall or popped out of the wall, both work, especially when variated.
I wanted to go for a feeling, especially when you go on the inside, I wanted to go for a feeling of the house being quite open. So you do have a bit of wood here, but it's
Yeah.
mostly for the floor. And I do have a mushroom problem, so please excuse
Too much
the-
fungus.
oh god.
But you know, so because the whole house
Yeah,
is
that
open like
mushroom
this,
pun is in Terraria.
I
Oh
think the
no,
logs kind of work.
the mushrooms are
Yeah, I
I
everywhere.
think it's
I think
it's nice
the-
because
Yes.
the house is built on the side of a mountain, which you saw a lot of in early Minecraft. But then it's also like, you know, a house as well, which you see more in later Minecraft.
So who can pick out a few features?
Well, there's the floating buttons from block replacement bypass.
Yep.
Those
Buttons on chest.
blocks.
Wow.
Are these all still
there's
connected?
You can
apples.
push these buttons.
Yes, they're all still connected. It's so weird. This cake in the middle here is the original cake made of squid milk.
Ugh.
So feel free to eat it. Go
I'm gonna have a
ahead.
slice.
I
Oh,
don't have any help.
that was
Yum.
pretty
Yum.
good.
Lost, actually.
That's pretty good.
The management cannot be held responsible for any illness.
Probably a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. You know, so
Through here, much like the buttons, we also have the doors, the half door trick.
I
oh
love that
yes,
trick.
yes. For a second, I thought
yeah.
these were
Trapdoors?
yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
they're not.
Trapdoors,
They've
yeah.
got a handle.
Yes,
These
these are the
predated the
ancient,
trapdoors.
ancient trapdoors of yore. Okay,
Yes, you
okay,
bet.
everybody get out.
Little privacy.
need a moment here.
Keep the door closed, because that stinks.
Turn on the fan.
The
jeez.
man with the terrible smell.
So you get some really great views of the entire area from various different
there's the-
balconies
oh.
throughout.
Nice.
There's the bedbrella.
Yeah, the bedbrella. That's its name. You've officially named it the bedbrella. Game Bear, how's the
I don't
spa
live there
bath?
anymore. Alright, let's try it out.
Oh, here we go.
Everyone chill
Yeah,
out.
this is funky fresh.
Yeah.
I think this is a good selfie opportunity.
Yeah.
If I could,
Unfortunately, there's no F5.
oh, I wish I had my camera mod on
I'll take the
on this
picture.
instance. You've got a weird sense of style for a place you intend to sleep in.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not saying you're odd or anything. I'm just saying, it's eccentric.
Oh,
There
thank
go.
you.
That's the word.
That's a compliment. Up here in this chest, this is a bit of a special chest. So feel free to have a look, but don't touch. Right. So because I can just talk.
Oh, right.
I can talk
right,
through a few things here. So we've got on the top left, we have a bucket of squid milk. We have a stack of pickaxes, which was done recently using that inventory stack issue. The two maps that we have are maps of this area. I don't know why there's a random bed. I forget why. On the right-hand side are the locked chests. These came from the April Fool's version, and they stay within the game for quite a long time. Oh, someone has added one to the collection. Thank you.
That was
and,
me.
And if you were to take one of these and place it down, in fact, I'm going to grab one. I'll do it in a second, and place it on the ground. The game will just make it disappear. The pink wool block is from the first pink sheep that I ever found, and then below that are the inventory that you get given when the beds were introduced. You got given torches, tools, a single bed, and then a stack of 63 beds. And of course, beds are not stackable, so this is a special thing to have and keep. So this one here in my hand is the locked chest, and the story goes that as these were added, block ID, whatever they are, but after April Fool's, there was no real way to get rid of them, so Notch implemented some code to make them degrade, just like leaves do. So if I place it down, the game should disappear.
It wasn't doing it in multiplayer.
Oh, really?
So-
Okay, that's interesting. Because you guys are doing a few things here. You're putting torches on, which you shouldn't be able to do. There it goes.
Oh,
and the
gone.
second thing is,
Oh.
let me just grab another one. These things, they emit light, which is really cool. One of the things about early Minecraft, of course, is that light options are very limited. Over here, we've got the tree with cactus fruit hanging from it. And this was done by placing a bucket of water, placing water up there, and then quickly replacing it with a cactus, preventing the game from updating the cactus and causing it to
so
pop
that's
off.
that's not just nature.
Oh, no, it's nature. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely,
Beautiful.
Definitely nature.
Yeah, it's totally nature.
So feel free to explore this little area a bit, but this is the fishing village where the supposed villagers that we've never seen live.
I bet the villagers are on vacation. Give them a couple of versions; they'll be around.
I have a feeling you're right.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're right. And that might have been something that this beta phase was leading up to, right? Possibly.
Yeah.
Right.
Roma, you're climbing the mountain, I see. So the staircase you're heading up to, that mountain is pre-alpha 1.2.0 terrain. So you're actually on the chunk wall right now.
I mostly remember this mountain from when you jumped off of it.
During the Groundhog Day skit, which you kindly
Oh,
wrote the
yeah.
music for, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
There used to be a big hill right here, quite a huge one, and I carved it all back to create this beach. This water existed, but all this section through here in between them was actually a big landmass, and I think it looks so much better being open. So I'm
Yeah, it is
quite
neat.
glad that I did that.
Cool.
Oh, bunga it is.
Hey, Bugman. Was this intentional? I'm looking at your factory over here, and it reminds me so much of like early alpha multiplayer, when the edge of the world would be like this repeating. The edge of the rendered chucks would be this repeating pattern.
Yeah, I showed that off in an episode too, because I saw the same effect. But no, it isn't based on that. It's based on a British early 20th century factory style of build where the roofing goes up like that. But I have looked at it and thought exactly the same thing. I look at it and sometimes think back to that weird glitch. Underneath the lake here is a squid farm. We can go by swimming if you like. If you dive into
Down
the
to
lake,
Atlantis we go.
it doesn't have an official entrance yet. And if you just dive down through one of these holes, should make your way into the squid farm. And this manipulates the current behavior of the squid, which is that squid will always swim down to the lowest point. That'll change in the future, so this farm will become redundant, but it still works right now quite well, so that's good. And here we are, the town square.
Oh wow, we're on the other side. Holy
Yep.
crap, here we are.
Took me a while before I finally got this area developed, but I did. Game Bear, there's your shop.
Yeah, someone get it with both of them in it.
All right.
Shake hands. Shake hands.
I do sleep in here when I'm doing work in this area. The town hall build being fairly recent, and I was quite happy with this. I based it on a real life inspiration of the Shoreditch town hall, and let's go inside.
This worker looks angry. Oh, okay, I feel better.
Yeah.
He was pointing that sharp thing at me. I'm scared. Seems like a great place to meet and greet with powerful politicians.
That's right. Like Bugbear.
Yeah.
I've seen him here from time to time.
Bugman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He escaped
I've yet to
prison?
find his office.
No, I mean prior to that. I've seen him
Oh,
around.
okay. He probably still has people on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. He's well connected. Let's head up to the bar.
Oh yeah, this is the party area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
seems more like a lunch area to me, but maybe that's just me.
I feel like this area
where,
came together really well, though. You know, I was really pleased with the result. You got your little places to hang out,
Unforgettable
chat,
lunch.
and have a beer, and some little cocktail lounge places, things like that.
I'll take a chocolate milk.
Okay, hang on.
We don't have any.
Let me just rustle you one up here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't have any.
Oh darn.
Told ya.
I'll take some squid milk.
Yeah. Well.
I am selling yesterday's cheeseburgers half price.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I need.
Sure.
Along with yesterday's mold.
Look at all of you. You look like ants crawling all over the building.
Don't do it, Steel. You have so much to live for.
Yes, but I live for the thrills.
I'm gonna take a more cautious approach. It's more of like
Okay.
a parkour.
Before we head on, my favorite feature of the Slime Factory is the Slime Factory in multiplayer.
I am seeing
go.
things in the slime factory.
Like a
Things
freaking
I have
water
not seen
park.
before.
It is amazing.
Bro.
Oh wow!
Dude, it's like a slime NATO.
I know.
Oh, the sound as well.
It's like sucking me in.
Slime is going to be excellent for
Oh.
Like it moves you around.
Pistons now.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking ahead. You had forward thinking with the
Whoa.
slime farm.
He's thinking with portals.
Wait, if I stand up top, oh, it's like moving me around everywhere.
Wow.
I can't even
Whoa.
walk.
It's like the final boss of Minecraft Beta 1.7.
Oh yeah. Shall we head down into the depths of the slime farm and see if we can catch any in the wild?
Yes.
Oh, that could
Yes.
be pretty great.
Let's go.
Do a
So
cave
think of
tour.
this as a tour, like you're in the science museum. You've got these little signs that you can read about how the process of gathering slime balls works, and as you head down into the farm, the signs will also tell you how the slime farm works and other bits and pieces like that. So please enjoy yourself as you make your way down and learn about how we, quote, process slimes.
This is just like
Stage
Hershey.
1. Slimes
Do
of
you
all
have a gift
sizes
shop?
are processed. Stage 2. Large slimes are split into medium slimes in a humane process called drowning.
Yes.
Oh, dude, what if you
Medium slimes are drowned and split into small slimes. Notice how they are too large to pass through. Well shunt. And complete the ascent, they are shunted into the corral and ready to be processed.
you have that voice, dude. You have that kind of voice.
Yeah, I mean,
The U-bend. This is the U-bend. This is where the slimes are turned around.
It just reminds me of like those like like a
Because
petrol company or
slimes are
something who tries to act like they're environmentally friendly, but
That's,
they're
that's
really
what I was
not.
going for, yeah. When I was building this place, I was reminded of going on cave tours. And
Oh, yeah.
when you go through a cave tour, they'll put up a little placard saying, this dripstone has been dripping here for 10,000 years or a millennia. That's what
Yeah.
these signs were about. Or if you were to go through a distillery or a winery or something, they would have the same sort of things.
Yeah.
If you stand under here and a slime passes over you, you get covered in slime particles.
Murdering innocent slimes.
It's not murder, remember? It's humane.
it's a humane process called drowning.
Let's.
I had more fun making these signs than I did building
Oh,
the
wow.
farm.
Oh, I can imagine.
There's just lots to read down here.
Without
I
they're
know.
listed, yeah, it seems like they are.
I mean, you could spend like 20 minutes just touring this place.
I know. I did have a lot of fun building this. So you can see as well, as I showed in my episodes, how challenging the water was, but I ended up finding this method of using stairs with a too wide flowing water running across the top like they do. And that is enough for all of the slime types to get captured into the water, and they make their way up because the slimes will pick a direction and just head in that single direction. So if a slime wants to go to the opposite direction that the water is flowing, it will keep pushing back, but over time the water will win. This thing is mad.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm picking up yours
that
now.
has the best knockback effect. So I think that everybody would also be familiar with the log factory and the tragedy that occurred here a little while ago. This burnt down when the weather system was added into the game because lightning struck it.
This is why we use double wooden slab blocks, so only the logs burn. And
Yeah, I
then you don't have to gather as much.
Factory.
Okay, multiplayer, iron door, and buttons. Let's go.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'll just stand on the pressure plate maybe. And...
Don't be
Okay,
fresh.
thank you.
Thanks, Bug.
Thank you.
Oops.
Ah, yes.
I mean, it's a very nice build. It's just
Yeah, I like it.
unlucky.
Just,
Hey, you missed a
just
block, Bug.
recycling the wood.
Where?
On your
What? What?
up there.
What? Oh,
What?
A plank.
Oh, thanks, Jai. I'll fix that. In episode 98, I visited the Skylands. Now, as we record this, episode 100, episode 98 hasn't gone out yet, so none of you have had a chance to see that episode. At the end of that episode, I continued to run the Skylands version and the Skylands terrain generation in this world. And so if we head through the Nether and then travel a little way, we actually have Skylands terrain in the Journey world.
no way. We're gonna.
This is gonna
Oh,
be sweet.
I'm on the other side of the.
Oh,
We just got bamboozled so hard.
Jam on through to
Bamboozle.
the other side.
how does this connect to the normal terrain?
Well,
It
It
is
doesn't.
interesting. There is actually a massive chunk wall, which you can see from surface
is
to
this?
bedrock,
What?
Oh,
and then a void.
where?
Whoa.
Which side?
Dude.
Those creepers.
I fear nothing. Sorry.
Did you just kill Bugman and not
That's right.
the creeper?
I'm back.
Oh no!
I have the magical teleport button. Yeah, so as you can see the chunk border, not really a chunk border, is it? It's terrain border. And what is interesting about it is if you find an interesting spot, you can see this wall from bedrock to surface level in full. But, I mean, my reaction to seeing this the first time was genuine awe.
Yeah.
Because you don't often see
pretty-
Minecraft like this.
Yeah, you don't see it that degree of funky fresh.
I mean, now I'm looking forward to seeing that episode because I want to know how this exists. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
yeah, it's something I didn't really look into as much as I did block transmutation.
And I guess it just shows that the oceans are placed as still water, but then like lava and water that's below ground is placed as flowing water.
They're streams, aren't they? They're called underground springs.
Yep.
Hello over there. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, Bugman.
Oh, there he is.
He's away.
Hello.
For real.
Unless anyone would like to see anything else, we can depart this place and head back to the beta area where I'd like to run a little experiment
Okay.
of sorts.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are in this little area where I would like to build something in beta 1.7. So in beta 1.7, most of you probably are familiar with pistons, which were added to the game. And in beta 1.7, a bug was also introduced with the piston, which, if set up correctly, would allow you to duplicate blocks because the game thinks that one block is in two places at once or something along those lines.
Originally, the bug was caused by the sticky piston retracting the block at the same time a regular piston was pushed out. And since the sticky piston essentially, it did that within a 1-tick time frame or so, so it would just keep creating new blocks.
So here in beta 1.7, we're able to build one of these things. We're in version 1.7_01 because I tested this out prior to this recording. And in beta 1.7, this machine will break whenever it is run. But in beta 1.7_01, it will continuously run, which is exactly what we want. Over here we have an assembly key. White is the redstone dust, green is piston, light grey repeater, and lime green sticky piston. I see Method is already on it. In the chest here are all of the items that we need, so feel free to take some if they haven't already been stolen. And let's see if we can assemble this thing.
We're missing one redstone dust, I think.
Leave it goes
I don't have any items, so I'm just gonna stand over here and give moral support. You guys have got this.
That's a redstone item, but that's close enough. Hang on, here, Method, you're in charge.
All right.
The next instruction, what did I say the next instruction was? So, assemble as per the key. We've done that, haven't we?
Yep.
I believe so.
Then it's
And the next step says
the piston.
the next step
timing.
says create a clock. So how do we create a clock?
Yep.
Well done.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now
It wasn't timed.
the machine is operating, but the timings are off. So we need to make some timing adjustments.
Wait, this is
I'm
one.
out.
There's invisible blocks here that I can't break. Is that only me?
No, I see them as well.
No, they're here.
Where?
Oh, sorry. Oh, right here.
I see some.
Oh, this is interesting. So this didn't happen in my testing. Well, that might throw a spanner in the works if that happens. Let's try and adjust these timings. I have found that.
Yeah.
I have found that 2 ticks sort of works well.
This is
This-
weird. There's
It
a
might be-
invisible piston head here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this experiment went totally according to plan.
Indeed.
Oh, there is a diamond
it's
Yeah.
block.
working.
Someone just keep placing them here
It's
and
working.
hide. Shift.
Oh, Mikado, you stood in the invisible.
It's
block.
working.
No, it's working.
Oh, wow. It's
Oh,
No,
look
it's
at
not.
that.
No, it's
Oh,
It's not working.
So now you can definitely see this invisible block.
Where?
I have the block
I'm
hitbox
still not
if I
seeing it.
place
It's
my
so
mouse
weird.
cursor on it. Right
Yeah,
here.
it must be a client.
oh,
Clearly
No,
it's a
I see.
client side thing.
What you're standing on there is diamonds, Bug. I can see that.
All
I
right.
got
There
both
we
of
go.
them.
I don't
I
have
would break a
pickaxe,
block,
though,
but
so.
I have no power right now.
Someone has a way to
Sorry.
restart this, right? I'm curious if we rotate the orientation of this so that this repeater faces this way. Maybe it has to be closer or something.
Some redstone power is finicky by location. I know that from block transmutation.
Yeah, that's what
Testing.
I was sort of thinking. Like
So-
maybe if we can start it up again. And
Oh,
that's too bad.
Where does the block have to? It has to start right here. Right?
Let's get rid of all of the blocks and we'll try this again.
1 second.
Oh,
Yes!
it worked for a second.
It
It worked
almost
for
did
like
it.
a split second. Now let's do some dirt, guys.
The block.
Dirt dupe.
It's not working.
No.
It's
Yeah, all we've
pushing
done
the
is make
block.
a
People
piston-
just keep adding.
There it
piston
goes.
feed
There it
tape.
goes.
Press the foul. Oh, there's
Oh,
your
trying to
I
do
see.
block.
I see a dupe steel.
Yes. Okay. Well,
No.
this is practically what it's like.
that's the experiment over.
Yeah.
I had hoped this worked. Like I said in my testing, it worked. So it's a shame that it didn't. But we have reached the end of the tour. I don't think I missed anything. So I want to say thank you to everybody for joining me. I hope you
Yeah.
had a good time and got to explore the world from a different perspective. Thank you all for coming. See you in the next episode.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Oh no, not the spoons!
No.